Social update, Hughie. Journey to find out the truth about Bishop Hannington, the man Kabaka Mwanga ordered to be killed. When President Yoweri Museveni instructed in Mayuge in October 2022 that the Ugandan government should try to make contact with the family, Bishop James Hannington, the family of Bishop James Hannington, many assumed this would be the first time this happened. President Museveni issued that instruction in Chaddondo, Mayuge, Eastern Uganda, while marking 137 years since Bishop Hannington was killed at the orders of the then Ugandan Kingdom Kabaka Mwanga. He revealed the plans are underway to declare October 29th that the Bishop Hannington was speared to death a public holiday. He made the revelation in response to pleas from Anglican church leaders in Chando and Busoga, who said they have marked that day for decades and wish the central government to formally recognize it. But unbeknown to many people, this is not even the first time Ugandans have set out in search of finding out more about Bishop Hannington. In June 2014, Edward Kafufu Balidawa, who was at the time serving as an MP for Chiguru North and a passionate advocate for tourism in Busoga sub-region, made a fact-finding pilgrimage to the United Kingdom to trace the origins of Bishop Hannington. Balidawa, a devout Christian, said he was greatly inspired by Bishop Hannington's declaration in his journal as he awaited his certain death sentence that I have purchased the road to Uganda with my blood. When the moment of death was upon him, the man of God added, tell the Kabaka that I die for Uganda. A little known fact with many Ugandans is that Bishop Hannington is actually buried in Uganda at Namirembe Cathedral. Inspired by Bishop Hannington's relentless determination to bring Christianity to Africa, which has impacted his own life, Balidawa wanted to make a return journey to find where Hannington came from. He was not content with simply knowing that James Hannington was the first Anglican bishop of the Eastern Equatorial African province. He documented his painstaking journey to track down Bishop Hannington's roots in a book entitled Tracing Bishop Hannington's Origins. Balidawa would be shocked by what he learned about Bishop Hannington. For instance, while Uganda is yet to construct the memorable remembrance of Bishop Hannington, his native England recognized him with a church named after him in Hove, East Sussex, Tegera. Although Bishop Hannington is best known in the history annals of Uganda, his son, called Reverend James Edward Melfam Hannington, also visited them and ministered in Uganda. Reverend James Edward Melfam Hannington was only 8 years old when his father left him in the UK to come to Africa. His father never returned, but the son later followed the footsteps of his father and came as a missionary to Uganda. Sent by St. George Chapel of Hartspire, he served there in Uganda from 1903 till 1920 when he returned to the UK. Reverend James Edward Melfam Hannington also had one son called James Rigby Hannington, the bishop's only grandchild. Rigby served as an army officer at the rank of lieutenant. He died in a battle in Malaysia when he was aged 34 years. The dedication of the Hanningtons to Christianity so moved Balidawa that upon his return to Uganda, he helped rebuild his local village church in Nabukone in Nambali sub-county in Higanga district. He named his church after Bishop Hannington to remedy the decades-long omission of recognizing his sacrifice. If the Ugandan government wishes to make contact with Bishop Hannington's descendants, Balidawa's book Tracing Bishop Hannington's Origins is an excellent starting point. Admirers of Bishop Hannington's Christian zeal will also be amazed by the anecdotes in the Origins book of how persistence leads to undreamed of achievements. Munange omusajja ali passionate about okumanya Bishop Hannington ebyafaayo bye, omusajja omukristaayo omuprotestant yasookera ddala okubeera nga ajja mu ggwanga erya Uganda era nga yattibwa ku biragiro bya Mwanga. Yakolamu n'akatabo era nga abaprotestant bali mu kusaba gavumenti ya Uganda ebeere nga olunaku erukuliza ddala ebeere na public holiday. Ebyo nno byebyo. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button. Peace.